There and back again. At least I wish that's what it was called. The Hobbit, The Battle of Five Armies, is coming out in a couple of days, so it's time for me to do another My Thoughts Going Into video on it. But first, I'm just going to quickly sum up what I think of the other Hobbit, Lord of the Rings movies. But first, I have read the books, and I do really enjoy them. Lord of the Rings, I really enjoy. I mean, they do deviate from the books a bit, but I'm okay with most of the changes. They serve the story, they help move things along. And for the most part, he does a really nice job adapting, telling the story, changing stuff, casting, yada yada yada. Everything everyone said about the film's great. The first Hobbit film, I liked it. Because on one end there was a lot of stuff I enjoyed. I enjoyed the songs. I enjoyed Martin Freeman as Bilbo. I enjoyed pretty much anything from the book, like Rails of the Dark. I felt it was dragged a little bit. Like I felt like they stretched out the story. Like they added in all these stuff that was in the book, and none of it really added anything to the film. It just kind of slowed it down. And there were a lot of moments in the film where I kept thinking to myself, they should either just cut some of this stuff out or shorten it. And the second film I felt the same way about, although unlike this first film, I did not like the second film at all. Just a bunch of running around. No, it lost all the sense of fun that made the Hobbit enjoyable. Bilbo's like barely a character in it. They're once again just throwing a bunch of stuff in there just to drag this movie out. Like, you know, from having the barrel chase to, like, them fighting Smaug, which was not in the book, makes no sense, just feels like Peter Jackson needed a climax. And which also makes no sense when they've clearly established the only thing that can kill Smaug is a black arrow. Not only that, but they also shoehorn in a love triangle that wasn't in there. And again, just clearly felt like something out of the extended edition. So yeah, so in case you can't tell right now, I'm not too big on these films. I feel like, again, Peter Jackson puts way too much unnecessary filler in there to stretch the stories out longer than they need to be. And honestly, you could have done this in 2 movies. You could have done it in 1 movie. So yeah, in case you cannot tell, I am not looking forward to the next Hobbit movie. It's kind of like the Star Wars prequels, where, in this sense, you know, you have this really good director coming in to direct a prequel trilogy. Everyone's really excited. The first one comes out, kind of disappointing, but second one comes out, I think, okay, maybe this one will be different. And then by the third one, I'm just like, okay, let's just get this over with. And I did take that from the Plinkett review, but it is kind of true. So yeah, I'm not looking forward to this one because I know it's going to have the same shit and issues that bothered me about the previous films. They're going to throw in a bunch of stuff that wasn't in the book just to pad the movie out. Scenes are going to drag, things are going to take forever to happen because, you know, they're trying to stretch like the last 2 or 3 chapters of a simple children's book into a 2.5-hour movie. It's from probably more of the romance plot to Gandalf doing stuff with Sauron, which makes no fucking sense because by the end of this, how the hell does he not realize Sauron's coming back? Also, this film is trying way too hard to be nostalgic for Lord of the Rings nostalgia. Like, this entire thing just feels like Peter Jackson trying to one-up the battle at Helm's Deep, and I mean, cool if you want to do an epic battle, but I don't know, you're trying to make The Hobbit Lord of the Rings. The Hobbit isn't Lord of the Rings! Lord of the Rings is a grand epic. Hobbit is a fun, simple children's story. When will you get that, Peter fucking Jackson? And I'm trying to think what else. Oh yeah, there is a excessive use of CGI that in the trailer, which is probably gonna bother me as well. But yeah, in case you can't tell, I'm not looking forward to it. I mean, I know they're gonna try it. Like, I'm gonna predict right now how this film's gonna go. Okay, so it's gonna open with, like, it's either gonna pick directly up where the first film left off, or we're gonna have some sort of prologue or BS prologue that was in the book, that's from the appendices, that only exists so Peter Jackson can ease us back into the story. It's going to be some flashback, maybe of Legolas, maybe a bard, or someone. Then we're going to cut to Smaug. Like the first half hour of the film is going to be dealing with Smaug because they didn't deal with him in the last movie. Then the next 30, 45 minutes of the film, I want to say, are probably going to be, dealing with the mountain. Like the dwarves are trying to hold the mountain, the Arkenstone, them trying to take it. And then the Battle of Five Armies is going to be a fucking hour. Which bothers me because, number one, I hate excessive drawn-out action scenes. And second, it's the Battle of Five Armies. It's not that long in the book. It's just armies show up, Bilbo gets knocked out, he quickly gets summed up what happened. And also there's no tension because we know what happens. It's like, it's a giant 1 hour battle. And unlike Lord of the Rings, there's nothing we can cut to. We can't cut to, inside Helm's Deep, we have this going on. We have Aragorn and Legolas over here doing this. We can just cut to Bilbo and Frodo over here. It's like, no, we're stuck in this one fucking battle. And then it's probably going to take them like 20 minutes to sum up. They're going to have Bilbo journeying back, going back to the Shire. Then we're going to do some BS scene to tie this into Lord of the Rings. So will I go see it? Yes, I do feel obligated to see it. I've seen the first two. I might as well just watch the other one and finish this fucking trilogy up. And what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. What was I going to say? Financially, it'll do really well. I mean, this film, the other two made shit tons of money. By this one's probably is too. I mean, even if people aren't looking forward to it, it is the final one in the series, so it has that final movie. Let's go, all go see it. And yeah, those are my thoughts. If you're curious, if you want more in-depth as to what I thought of the other Hobbit movies and Lord of the Rings movies, I'm going to have a written reviews done. There's going to be a link to them in the description below, although not immediately. I need to work on them a bit, so check back in like 3 or 4 hours and I should have them up. And depending on when I upload this, if I upload this now, it's 3 or 4 hours. If not, it'll probably just be 1 or 2 hours. So yeah. So are you looking forward to The Hobbit, The Battle of Five Armies? Please comment below and let me know. And as always, like, dislike, comment, subscribe. Until next time, this is JStars360.